After each town council meeting, the staff sits down and records a quick recap, highlighting the public meeting. The complete meeting can be found on the town of Avon, Indiana's YouTube page, but this podcast is designed to give you a simple overview to help keep you informed about what is happening. The Avon, Indiana Town Council meets twice a month at Avon Town Hall. A full schedule of their public meetings can be found online at avonindiana.gov.
What's up, Town of Avon? This is Angel Gina, the Marcom Manager here at Town Hall, and today I'm with the one and only
Ryan Cannon, Town Manager.
And today we're going to be talking about the Town Council meeting that happened last night, March 13th. Ryan, you just want to take it away?
I will take it away. Thank you,
All right.
Angel. Pretty typical meeting. This was the first meeting of the month, so we did have department head updates. Again, I won't run you through all that stuff. If you're interested in knowing more about what all the departments are doing, please go to the YouTube page and you can watch the department head update on our YouTube streaming. We did have quite a few new business items. I think this was the Public Works meeting, and so they had a lot of business on there for Public Works and awarding quotes. So their first one was for roundabout maintenance. So for those of you who drive around Avon and see all of our roundabouts, we do pride ourselves in trying to do a really nice job of maintaining and taking care of our roundabouts so they look nice. It is relatively expensive to mow them on a weekly basis and to take care of all their landscaping. But we do quote that work out. The town of Avon does not have a street department, so we rely on businesses and contracted companies to help us maintain that infrastructure. So I think there's actually 13 roundabouts that are part of the mowing that we bid for this. And so we did get back 3 quotes. The low quoter was Cutting Edge. Previously, we had a different company that was actually doing this maintenance contract for us. So this will be a new company for the town. So hopefully they do as well of a job as our previous company contractor that was doing it. Their quote was for $51,796 for the year. Typically what we do with these contracts is we make them 3-year contracts. As long as the contractor performs and does a good job, we would actually allow them to extend the contract, and then we would quote them out every 3 years just to keep them honest and make sure that they're continuing to do a good job and that we're getting the best price. So we're happy about that. We're excited for Cutting Edge to start doing our maintenance, and hopefully they do a great job. That was approved 5-0. The next item is participation in the INDOT road salt purchase. So those of you who are big advocates of efficient government out there, this is something that actually the state started under the Mitch Daniels era, and that is that every community in Indiana, schools, towns, everybody, people have to purchase salt. And so the state started a process where they do a statewide road salt purchase. So what we have to do is commit to the state how much salt that we will buy, and then the state actually bids it statewide. And so this is to the benefit of every community in Indiana. It's been a huge cost saver for the town. So we're super appreciative of INDOT and the state putting this together. However, when we do it, we do have to commit to purchasing a certain amount of salt. So it does have to go to the town council. The town council, the Public Works Department recommended that the town council approve a commitment of 1,500 tons of salt. That is about our annual usage. We use what we refer to as a 1-to-2 mix, which means there's 1 ton of sand mixed with 2 tons of salt. The sand is used because it's an abrasive, so it gives you some traction when you're driving. And then the salt is obviously a melter, and it works well to do that. We do use a treated salt, which lasts longer than just regular salt. So it's a little bit more expensive, but it lasts longer and there's not as much wasted. And so we do that as well. 1,500 tons of salt will cost us a little bit under $150,000. We don't know what the bid will be yet because the state will actually bid that. But that will stock us up for salt. That will be for the 2025-2026 snow removal season. And so we'll see how that goes. The town council did approve the purchase of 1,500 tons of salt, 50. The next public works item was street sweeping. So similar to what we talked about earlier, the roundabout maintenance. The town has to sweep our streets. We typically do it twice a year. Couple different reasons we sweep streets. The first reason is it actually just makes your neighborhoods look nicer, and it's important to us that our community looks nice and clean. That's one of our initiatives, is to make sure our town looks nice. So that's not the most important reason we probably do it, but it is a nice reason for residents. The most important reason we do it is we don't want that sand getting into our storm sewers, and if it gets into our storm sewers, then it ends up in our creeks and rivers, and we don't want that. That's actually an environmental issue, and so we, when we put that sand down as a result of snow removal, we want to sweep it back up and try to avoid as much of it getting into our waterways as possible. So, a couple good reasons to do that. Likewise, we don't own our own street sweepers, so we contract with someone to do that work. We were at the end of our 3-year contract on that as well, and so we did seek out quotes. We got 2 quotes. Crossroads Street Sweepers were the low quoter, and it worked out. We do 2 cycles of sweeping each year. We do one in the fall and one in the spring. And their quote was $37,500 per cycle. And so a cycle is sweeping all the main roads, sweeping all the neighborhood streets. We've got about 125 to 130 miles of roads. And so that's to sweep every mile of those roads. So look forward to that here in the spring. We typically do that in middle of April. So look forward to seeing that in April. And again, this is a new contractor, so we hope they do a great job as well, just like our previous contractors. The next item is the selection of a construction engineer for County Road 100 North and Raceway Road. The town is building a roundabout at 100 North and Raceway Road. We were able to get federal funds to support this project. That intersection has been on the top 10 most dangerous intersections for about probably the last 10 years. And so the construction of the roundabout will take away a lot of that safety risks and make the intersection much safer, as well as make the congestion much easier to travel through that intersection. So we are hoping to bid that here in April or May. But in order to do that, when we get federal funds, there's actually a requirement that we have to have a full-time construction engineer who manages the project. They're out there on a daily basis, making sure the contractor is using the materials they say they're doing, and they function kind of as a project manager to make sure that the project is going according to plan and that it's being built per the plans drawn by the engineer. So the way this works is we use what's called a qualification-based selection process to select that engineer. That means we select the engineer to do that work based on their qualifications, not how cheap they'll do it. And so the concept behind this, and we use QBS for all of our professional services, is that we're hiring the most qualified people, not the cheapest people. You don't necessarily want the cheapest people because they won't necessarily do a great job, which I know we get quotes and we always award them to the lowest bidder. That's required by law, but unfortunately that doesn't always mean you get the best quality of work. So in this situation, we did a request for qualifications. We did have 4 engineering companies turn in qualifications for the project. We had a selection committee that then reviewed those and made a recommendation to the town council. That recommendation was presented to the council, and their recommendation was United Consulting. United Consulting has been doing a lot of our construction engineering work, and they've done a wonderful job, and we've been very happy with that. And so it's not terribly surprising that that was the recommendation out of the group. The town council did approve the selection of United 5-0. So staff will now work with United to put together a fee proposal, and we will talk about this again probably in April when that fee proposal from United comes forward and goes to the town council for approval. So that was the onslaught of public works items. We did also have, under new business, we accepted some new annexation petitions. We actually had 7 petitions for 8 different properties. 4 of the properties were town of Avon properties, and this is a little silly. If you watch the meeting, I talked to the council about this, but just because the property is owned by the town, the law does not dictate that there's a different process for the town to go through to annex our own property. Doesn't make a ton of sense, but if we follow the law, we also have to annex our properties just like everybody else. So we're doing that for 4 town of Avon properties. And then we had a property at 200 North and Ronald Reagan Parkway that has petitioned for annexation. And then we have a new development on County Road 900 East called Briarwood. And they have 3 properties that would be part of that development that they are also asking to have annexed into town. So the town council did accept all of those petitions by a vote of 5-0. The last 3 things on the agenda were relatively quick. We had 2 resolutions. The first one was authorizing the transfer of real estate for the Civic Center. Again, I've talked about the Civic Center project a lot. The town is working with the developer to accept ownership of the property now, but part of our financing mechanism for that is that the property will have to be deeded to our redevelopment authority, who will actually pay for the construction of the Civic Center through the bond that they're doing. And so the town council had to authorize the transfer of that property to the RDA while that building's being constructed and paid back. They also had to authorize the school corporation as a partner with us on that project. So there's a portion of the property that has to be deeded to the school corporation so that they can use their bond to pay for their portion of the project. So this resolution was to basically authorize staff and our legal advisors to go through that process and do the steps that are necessary to proceed forward with the Civic Center. It was approved 5-0. And then the final resolution was authorizing the filing of a petition for a tax deed. And so this is a project, it's actually kind of silly. It's a triangle that's in the middle of Avon Avenue and County Road 100 North. The property has not paid taxes, and so it basically is being foreclosed on. And the law actually allows a town or a municipality, not just a town, to basically purchase those properties through the county for no cost if the owner doesn't pay the taxes or respond to the town's petition to take ownership of it. So the town council had authorized us to proceed forward with this previously. This is the final step in the process, and the town council authorized us to do this final step as well, which is to file a petition with the court requesting them to transfer the deed to the town. So we're kind of coming to the end of that. The triangle property, that if it is deeded to the town, it will actually become right-of-way, and it would be used for road construction in the future. It's already kind of silly because it's surrounded on all 4 sides by public right-of-way anyway. So just makes sense for that to be right-of-way. So we're kind of just cleaning up a weird gap. The final item we had on the agenda was an ordinance adopting UDO text amendment. So Linda Albrand, our planning director, did a presentation on this. This is pretty simple. Our Board of Zoning Appeals had requested that the town council consider having 5 criteria for them to consider when they're considering a variance of development standards. When we adopted our UDO, we reduced it from 5 to 3. And so over the last couple of years, as the BZA has been working through the UDO, they kind of said, hey, we wish we had those 5 criteria back. The other 2 criteria were kind of wrapped together in those 3, but it just wasn't as clear. And so the town council kind of had to make that amendment to clean that up. It did go to the Plan Commission, and the Plan Commission gave the town council a unanimous recommendation for approval. And the town council did approve that last night. So we will make that change in the UDO, and our BZA will now have all 5 of those criteria to consider. So that almost took as long to explain, Angel, as the meeting took last night. So
Ryan, when's the next meeting?
Next meeting is March 27th at 7 p.m.
There we go. Sorry. Excuse me. We hope to see you guys there. One little quick reminder, the Avon Community Garden is now taking plot registrations. The plot registrations are now open, If you want to find out more information, please go to avonindiana.gov/community garden. Again, that's avonindiana.gov/community garden. Ryan, you got plans for the weekend?
Yeah, I'm going to go to the chamber auction. So support
that's
our
fun.
local chamber of commerce. So all of you out there too, if you haven't got tickets yet to the chamber auction, it's going to be a great time. Raise money and mingle with your local business owners and people who
Sounds like a
do
fun
things in the
time.
community. I'm sure you want to do that too, right, Angel?
Are you going to buy stuff?
I don't know. It depends. It's an auction. I can
Yeah.
try to buy it, and sometimes I can lose. But
Just
I
put
normally,
out the $1 million.
I normally try to. No, I'm not going to bid $1 million or anything, Angel. But I normally try to get something each year.
Yeah.
They are going to have Papa Shot, Angel, and I know you're a basketball player.
Oh, gosh.
It's like a 50-50. So if you make the most shots in a minute, whatever, however much money they make, they'll split it with you. So if they make
Oh, really?
$100, you get 50 of it.
Oh, gosh.
Maybe you should think about going, Angel. Be a big money for you.
When is this?
It is Saturday night, 5 to, I believe, 8.
5 to 8.
5 to 8 p.m. Country Club of Indianapolis. Check it out on the Chamber of Commerce website if you're
There
interested.
you go. If you guys are interested, go check it out. I got nothing else. Ryan, you got anything?
I don't either. Enjoy the beautiful weather. Hey, Angel,
Yes.
do you know what this week was?
What was this week?
Severe weather preparedness week.
Oh, really?
Did you not remember doing our
No.
emergency drill on Tuesday?
Oh,
So it was very
Yes.
timely. So for all of you out there who are listening, we do have a chance for some severe weather overnight tonight. So pay attention. Make sure you know your safe place to go in your
we
house.
do have a chance.
There is a
tonight?
chance. Yeah, tonight into
Tornado
tomorrow.
season?
It's tornado season's getting here. So be aware. Talk about it tonight with your families. Make sure you know where to go in an emergency. And we even joked here when we practiced, you should know where you should go in a fire. Should
Not
also know
in the bathroom.
yeah, not in the bathroom. And you go to an interior room where there's no windows for a tornado, but in a fire, get out of your house
Get out.
and then find a place that your family should meet together so you can figure out if anybody's missing or not.
We'll be in Avon Middle School South tonight, so.
Oh,
Or no, actually, we'll be at North.
okay.
Orchestra concert.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That's exciting.
So exciting.
All
We're
right.
excited. Shout out to all the orchestra band and choir kids. You guys are doing an amazing job representing Avon as well. So we hope to see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to smile. Enjoy the beautiful weather that we have been blessed with. Please stay safe out there. Have a great weekend. See you guys on the next one. Bye.